I guess I agree with Councillor Moore on, I'm not quite sure which area she's talking about, but we're trying to cite Surrey Police example, and I just don't quite like the way that that's inserted into there. I don't think that's got anything to do with us and our questions. And I would agree that I could support a letter, but probably not all of this.
So could I have a friendly amendment to forward a letter?
I think motion reads just fine the way it is. It's not sending this letter, it's not sending the attached letter, it's not sending the letter that's included.
It does say
It
send
says
a letter, I'm
send a
sorry.
letter.
Yeah, so it is a letter. So with those comments made.
Should we move it into the approved letter, the one that we're going to approve?
Mhm.
Circulated.
It would be sent back out.
In all fairness, I send many letters on behalf of council that bring in the will of council into the letter. And I've heard the will of council as Councillor Moore, and I think the two of us can pen
Yeah.
a decent letter that would represent what we just heard around the table.
Okay, so you'll work with
Yes,
Councillor Moore on
yes.
Is that okay?
And I stand with our fellow mayors on getting our letters sent and our thoughts that I've heard from this table. So the, yep. So is there any other comment that you'd like to add?
I would remove the recorded vote.
I'll add it.
Okay. So I'll call the vote then. All in favor? Councillor Moore, is she voting?
Yes.
Okay, opposed? All right, that's carried. Community grants program. Yep.
I'll move that council transfer the community grant program business from the strategic planning committee to the policy and governance committee for review and recommendation.
Comments or questions? Councillor Windsor?
Thank you, Mayor Hunter. Is this all of community grant program business, like the whole thing? Is that what we're transferring? So there's nothing that's going to be remaining in strategic planning in the funding portion of it?
No, the intent here is to move everything related to community grants program to the policy and governance committee.
Just
The outstanding business.
Okay.
Okay. Any other comments or questions?
How much do you put in?
Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Anyone else? Call the vote then, all in favor? It's carried. Thank you. This is working just slick, Deputy Mayor.
Working hard.
I know, it's already.
It's right over there.
We have the item 9.5, EDAC, the EDA conference, and then we'd like, I asked a question of our CEO today about this, because there's some funding identified and some funding not identified, and he had an answer that I think he would like to explain. Am I right, Ethan?
Yes. Just to clarify, and I realize maybe I could have worded, or that could have been worded better in the RFP, but so the amount that's in the budget for DDAC is $3,000. They're not asking to spend anything over and above that, and normally that would be money at their discretion, but because the budget's not approved yet, that's why it's simply coming and asking to utilize their budgeted amount early before the approval. So a pre-approval.
last year's attendees from DDAC. Like, is it worth $3,000 to the town? Did you gain information you wouldn't have otherwise gained?
That's through Terry Stu again?
Yes,
Yeah, that was
Answer that?
Yeah, the gain for that would be I guess the question that the DDAC would answer as to how they felt their committee was. It sends funds to the committee every year to conduct worthwhile exercises that they feel is worthwhile to help improve the the productivity of their committee, so.
Okay. Question with Councilor Winters?
Thank you, Mayor Hunter. If indeed this is a $3,000 portion of the budget from this year, what was it last year that's currently in our interim budget that would still carry forward? So I guess what was, I mean, I guess I should have looked this up, and I apologize for that, but in the interim budget, what is the budget line here for DDAC that would be used to fund this?
Well, that would be relative. He's asking for pre-approval of the 3,000, just like we pre-approved the intern. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a,
The intern was before, that was.
no, the intern
Yeah,
position. I know, but they're asking for a pre-approval of the 3,000. So I don't, and that's my interpretation. Do you believe, is that fair, Ethan, that the interim wouldn't have anything to do with that?
Right, that's correct. This is something that, I mean, we could maybe have said to try to fund some of this through the interim, but what we wanted to do is because this is something, we don't know how the budget discussion will go, we want any kind of thing outside the normal operating of the operation, we bring the ability to say, we will approve this much of the budget now. Similar to the amount for the community grants program that was done. So say that this part of the portion of the budget, we're going to approve now. And then we will fund that. If you approve it, we'll just fund that from our interim budget.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I just want to say, not the entire $3,000 are utilized for that. So it's just a portion and mileage. And from what we heard last year from the person that attended, they found it extremely valuable committee, and